Good evening, everyone, and welcome to an impromptu Q&A stream here on DSPGaming. I just finished tonight's game, Amnesia the Bunker, very early, so we have over a half an hour left to just kind of chill and talk, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to field questions from the audience, see what they have on their minds. So because we beat Amnesia the Bunker early, this now leaves night streams open starting this weekend. And actually, Slayer has a good suggestion. He says, I think, based on the results of the poll that I've been doing on the community tab of this channel for the last 24 hours, he says, this Saturday night, maybe start Grand Theft Auto 5. People have voted in droves. Over 500-600 people voted to see GTA 5 as a 15th anniversary playthrough that we will do over the course of, say, this month in August to celebrate my 15 years as a content creator on YouTube. I've only played GTA 5 once ever, 10 years ago. So it might be cool to see a second run. So he's saying, why not start that on Saturday night? And then I'll balance Street Fighter with Final Fantasy 16 and GTA 5 is my major playthroughs right now. He said once you beat Final Fantasy 16, probably in like early to mid-August, then you can start your second half of your Elden Ring second run and finish that too. That might be a great idea. I don't know what you guys think about that. What do you guys think? GTA 5 starting this weekend, Saturday night, as a night stream, couple nights a week, 2-3 nights a week, 2 hours of it. I'd be okay with that. Gabriel likes that idea. Ellipsian likes that idea. Cool. King Michael likes that idea. Darth Gallbox says, would you consider out checking Alien Fireteam Elite? I heard good things about it. No. I don't know anything about it. Really? Seriously? Like, I don't really care too much about the Alien games. At this point, I didn't hear too much about it, and don't really think... Says no one asked for it besides you, unless there's a change. Like, if other people are like, oh yeah, it's a good game. This is the first I've even heard of it. What is it? I don't even know what the hell it is. Fireteam Elite? I really have no clue. Rugel says, the game said the everything randomizes stuff, but I believe it's just like the original Resident Evil 3. There's some possible combinations in the game that you can choose from. Resident Evil 3 had like 6. Interesting. What he's talking about is the different codes and things in the game. The game at the end of the game said they were randomized. So if you play the game a second time, the codes are changed. So you always have to explore and find the codes in order to unlock stuff. There was some randomization at the end of the game there, the final boss room, where certain bridges were up or down randomly, which was kind of interesting. Okay. Am I excited for games in October? Yeah, I'm excited for games September, October, November, and December. Like, this fall gaming season is stacking up to be a really, really good one. Lots of awesome releases. I'm very pumped to play the games from the fall coming up. So, yeah, I am stoked for that. I played Alan Wake Remastered already, Mr. Puzzles, like 2 years ago. Or a year ago, whenever that was. Does it? Easy Mode says, GTA 5 looks amazing on the Series X. And I got it free on Game Pass, so I'm cool. I'm down for that. What is my favorite candy other than chocolate, says Judge Jimmy. Other than chocolate? Oh, other than chocolate, I don't really eat that much. I would say maybe Junior Mints, which is primarily a mint. Yes, there's dark chocolate on it, but it's primarily a mint. Probably Junior Mints. Opinions on this Amnesia monster. Was it scary or your favorite, says Double M. See, here's the thing. I don't remember all the Amnesias. I'm trying to think in my head. Machine for Pigs was the worst. The stupid pig monster coming after you or whatever. That was really dumb. So that's the worst one. Rebirth had multiple monsters. Remember, there were the mutants that were in like the decrepit buildings, but then later on there was like an alien or something, right, coming after you at the end. I'm trying to remember what it was at the end, like a fucking alien or something. Amnesia 1 was just weird. The monster was invisible for most of the game. Then later in the game you did get to see it, and it was just like a crazy creature. And then in this one you got to see this mutant and you didn't know what it was, and then you find out at the end of the game essentially it's a mutated, well, I guess I shouldn't spoil if you didn't play the game, right? I won't spoil. How about that? I caught myself because people might be watching this Q&A and not the game, and they don't want a spoiler. I will not spoil what the creature is, because it is revealed at the end of the game what the creature is in Amnesia the Bunker. So I won't spoil it. But, probably, honestly, out of all of them, probably the original Amnesia. Because that game, you know, when it came out quite a while ago, kind of stood out as something original and different. And the fact that you had an invisible monster and stuff like that kind of gave you the creeps. I'll go with the original Amnesia. Opinion on Bully, really good game. For its time especially, because it came out, what was it, early 2000s, mid-2000s? Super good game. I remember playing it as one of my first games I ever direct captured. Oh man, it was a great playthrough. That game was great. Ellipsian says there's an awesome platformer game coming out in August called Marble It Up. Might be worth keeping an eye out. Marble It Up? What the heck? Put marbles? Like Marble Madness? I wonder what the heck that is. Would I shave my facial hair or style it differently? Personally, I don't really care about my facial hair. I just don't want it too long. If I grow it out too long, it bothers me and itches my face. Tonight I actually shaved, by the way. See that? I shaved for today. But, yeah, like, it bothers me. It bothers my face if I grow it too long. Outside of that, I really don't care what I do with it. It's really more for whatever you guys want, what my wife wants. She likes the goatee. So I keep the goatee. There you go. Let's see here. Yes, my first GTA 5 playthrough was 2013, but it was new 10 years ago. That's right. Oh, let's see. Well, I checked out PS Plus premium games that came out today. No, I read them off of a list a week ago, and they're not impressive whatsoever. Like, nothing that would be very interesting. I think that PS Plus premium is kind of a joke at this point. Mark, I think that all three protagonists of GTA 5 are interesting in their own way. I don't have a personal favorite. Will I play Fallout 4 when the current gen version comes out? I'll play Fallout 4 when it's pertinent, meaning when it makes sense. Like, if it, Fallout 5 has been announced and it's coming out in a year. All right, then trying to replay Fallout 4, right? Here's the thing. Every year, I've been doing a long-form Bethesda playthrough. Remember? We've been doing this every year now. We started off with Fallout 3. Then it was We started out with Fallout New Vegas. Then it was Skyrim. This year it was Oblivion. I'm sure next year you guys are probably going to want me to do it again. So next year it's likely going to be Fallout, either Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. And, we'll see what you guys want. I don't know if they're going to make another version for Xbox Series X. That would be great if they did, but I don't know if they're going to. Fiver Popcorners flavor. For me, it's a tie between the white cheddar and the kettle corn. I do also like the sour cream and onion flavor a lot. Easy Mode says Justin Wong has ranked Blanca pretty high, but not as high as Luke. I don't think Blanca's top tier in Street Fighter 6. I don't. I really don't believe he is. I think that he's like mid-tier because of tricks, but once you know the tricks, or if you just keep the rush down going, I don't know if he has answers for it. I don't know. I think that right now, because the game's new, people are still kind of thrown off by him, but I think that eventually they're going to get his goat. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for 100 likes. Let's do a silly bubble blow for you guys tonight for giving me the engagement on the stream. I really appreciate that. And if anyone wanted to support the stream in any way, I would really appreciate that. Thanks to anyone who does support the stream, and I'll give you a shout out if you do in some way. Okay. There we go. Very messy. Mark, I don't rank my playthroughs. He goes, would Heavy Rain be in your top 3 playthroughs of the 15 years you've been a YouTuber? I don't rank my playthroughs. I enjoy every playthrough for various different reasons, obviously, right? And sometimes a playthrough could be great because of interaction we have. Sometimes the game is hilarious. Sometimes something happens in the gameplay. I don't rank them. You rank them. Seriously, you rank them based off of your own personal preference. I'm just here to enjoy games and have a good time. I'm not going to sit here and rank my work. It's kind of ridiculous. Do I celebrate Christmas in July? No. I do not celebrate Christmas in July. Craig says you should check out Sea of Stars. There's a demo. It's coming to Game Pass August 29th, inspired by Chrono Trigger. People have told me about that. Absolutely, people have told me about that. Thing is, I can't do double RPG, so if I finish Final Fantasy 16, then, I would consider it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I beat Final Fantasy 16. I think I'll beat Final Fantasy 16 in, early August, so maybe we'll do it. No, I'm not playing the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remake. I already played that, and the sequel sucked, so I'm not playing that, no. I don't know who Mort is, so I don't know what you're talking about, Pickle Man. Never heard of a Mort. I don't know anything about Diablo Season Pass. You can stop asking me questions about that. We're going to do it. Yes, we're going to do a retrospective marathon. What's going to happen is I'm going to probably either last week of July or first week of August set up a thread. You guys are going to post up your favorite moments of my 15 years as a content creator by posting up the links to the videos and timestamps, all right? Members are going to have their own thread. They're going to get priority. And then once we make a whole members playlist, then we're going to go over to, standard submissions from regular viewers, and we're going to actually watch back these suggestions together in a marathon setting, just a live, long-form React day to celebrate my anniversary. I think it's going to be really special. Going down memory lane, 15 years of my life. I'm 41 years old. I've been doing this for over a third of my life. How crazy is that? Over a third of my freaking life, I've been a YouTuber. Wow. It's amazing when you think about it. Yeah. Haseo says, what would you say were the worst launches for any console or game? I can only speak to what I've played in the last 15 years. You know, worst fighting game launch ever was Street Fighter V. Worst FPS launch ever was Overwatch 2. Worst console launch? I haven't been to many console launches, you know. So I would probably go with Xbox One, only because the Xbox One forced you to have the Kinect and everything with it, which nobody wanted, and its launch library was not that good, you know. Although you can also argue Wii U is kind of in the same boat, where Wii U did not have a lot of great games at launch. Really, the only good games were first-party games. All the third-party games kind of sucked, you know. But I don't really, you know, I don't think I've done it that long. I've only done it for like 2 console gens, so I can't really answer fully that kind of a question. Jex Gaming says they fixed all the Call of Duty game matchmaking. I heard that they did do that on the Xbox consoles. They all work now. And he says you could have a multiplayer night and play them, but they're all on sale. I'm not buying those. No way. I'm not going back and buying old Call of Duties. Absolutely not. That's not happening. Yes, I remember Big Beach Kitchen with John Rambo. Yes, I do. That was from TV Superstars. Shitty PS Move game. What's a game I played before YouTube that I would want to do a playthrough? I've already answered this question many times. Right now, there's like the missing RPGs. So, for example, Suikoden 1 and 2. Amazing games. And they're actually making a collection of that. I thought it would have been out by now, but they haven't even given it a release day yet. I hope that it comes out this year, but definitely Suikoden. And, of course, Lost Odyssey. That's another one that I've told you guys I've always wanted to play for you and never got around to it. So those would be the 2 I would say for now that come to mind. Do I believe in aliens or paranormal phenomenon? I'm an open-minded person. I don't disbelieve, meaning I'm not going to say absolutely not. Ghosts don't exist, the paranormal doesn't exist, and aliens don't exist. I would never say that. Now, personally, I've never experienced any evidence of those things in my life. So I'm not going to say, oh yeah, they exist either. To me, I'm open-minded. If I am presented with evidence of it, I will, you know, entertain it and or believe what I see. But I've never seen concrete evidence of any of that stuff in my life. Are there things that are unexplained? Yes. However, just because something's unexplained doesn't mean it's some magical, mystical thing. It could be some science we don't understand yet, right? What about these UFOs that they have documented evidence of seeing, and they're moving faster than anything we know? What is that? Maybe it's something we don't know about yet. You know, we're not omniscient. We don't know everything. Maybe there's things that we haven't documented yet. And so, you know, there could be an explanation that's scientific, but to us it seems paranormal because we haven't documented the science of it yet, right? So, I don't know, you know, I'm open-minded about it. What's the scariest ghost experience I lived through? Didn't have any ghost experiences. I've said many times in my life that a lot of people ask that, and the answer is I don't have one. You know, the closest thing I had to a ghost experience when I was growing up, I was a kid in my crib, all right, in an upstairs bedroom where I would sleep at night. And one night I woke up, and in the hallway I saw the silhouette of my uncle. It looked just like him. It had his face, glasses, but it was only the shadow, like the silhouette, as if he was standing at the other end of the hallway and a light was shining and making a shadow on the wall. And it blew me away. I was like, why would that be? Because I wasn't thinking about my uncle or anything. And I saw him, so I screamed. I was a little kid, so I woke up and screamed. And my parents came running upstairs, looking all around the house and saying, what's wrong? I said, it's the uncle. It's the uncle. Uncle Richie. And they looked all around and said, Uncle Richie's not here. Maybe there's someone else. Maybe there's a prowler. And they searched the whole house. Nothing. So why on earth did I see the silhouette of my uncle on the wall? And by the way, he wasn't dead. He was fine. So I don't know what that silhouette was. But that was the only thing in my life I ever experienced like that. And it wasn't anything. It probably was one of those waking dreams or whatever. It wasn't, you know. So there you go. Yes, I've had incredibly scary dreams. When I was younger, I used to have really bad, messed up dreams. But we won't get into that. It's private. It's very private. All right. Let's do it. Guys, let me get one new member tonight. Just one. That's all I ask. Here you go. We literally got no new members today in an amazing day of streaming. Give me one member, and I'll be happy for tonight. That's all I ask. How about that? One person become a member tonight, and I'll be ecstatic. because I'm upset that we got no members today. And I know we could do better than that. All right? I know we can. There you go. That's all I'm asking for. One. Jade, that's right. Happy early birthday. I know I won't be here for your birthday tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Hope you'll tell us all about it on Friday. You know, I'll be here for Street Fighter Friday. But I hope that you'll tell us all about it, all right? Have a good day tomorrow. Just one member. What is the best part of my job? Well, there's a million good parts of my job. I get to do what I have passion for a living. You know, before this, I don't think I could ever say I ever had passion for anything I did for a job. It was I went to my job to make money. Sometimes I was better at what I did. Sometimes I wasn't. You know, some jobs I did like more than others. The helicopter job, when I was doing the continuous improvement work, I very much enjoyed. When I was doing the customer service work, I fucking hated it, right? But, you know, that's the nature of life. You know, work is work. But this job, I get to do what I love. It's amazing. I get to play a variety of video games, right? And you know, and have a great time doing it and make a living doing it. I'm incredibly lucky and I'm incredibly grateful that you guys allow me to do that. I also love the fact you guys allow me to do it the way I want to do it. I have not, in the 15 years that I've been a YouTuber, I have not had to change any of my methods, right? I haven't had to become a sellout where I have to take paid sponsorships and do fucking segments to show products, right? I have not had to, hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I have not had to change the format of my videos, right? To change it so I can't do long form gameplay anymore, but instead I have to do different kinds of stuff. You know, basically I've stayed true to myself. And because of that, I missed out on a lot of opportunities. Let's be honest, right? If I had done this stuff 10 years ago when I was popular, I probably would have had an insane amount of money. Because I would have had all these sponsorships. I would have had all these opportunities. I would have been flown to promotional events like all these big YouTubers you see that kissed butt for the last 10, 15 years. That's how they got there. I've never done that once because I felt that if I did it, I would lose my integrity. So you guys allowed me to keep doing what I love for a living the way I want to do it. And I really appreciate that. That's one of the best things about this. I'm my own boss, and I get to do it my way, and I don't have to change who I am and sugarcoat or lie about games because I have to make a paycheck. That is absolutely outstanding, right? I don't have to fucking degrade myself like some of these people want me to do. I don't have to take a $50,000 paycheck to do some dumbass lolcow bullshit, right? I don't have to fucking take my shirt off and suck on cucumbers. I don't have to do dumb shit. I don't have to be involved in internet drama. I get to do what I love, and that's because of you. So thank you so much. That's what I really love the most. And also the fact that we have amazingly fun social conversations every day. That's has been the best change I ever did was becoming the full-time streamer in 2017. And now that we have these fun hangout sessions, these Q&A sessions, this stuff that we never used to do before, this is super fun to me. This is meaningful stuff. The fact that people tell me all the time they like what I'm doing, that's amazing. Haseo, thank you for re-upping your membership. He says, have a good day off tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Scoresman did a super chat. Thank you for that. And it looks like Alex gifted a membership, and it went to M. Lock. So congratulations to M. Lock so much. And thank you, Alex, for giving me the one membership. That's all I asked. If I get anything else tonight, great. One membership is cool. I was looking for one new member today. Awesome. I really hope we can stay above 500 during my day off because we tend to dip when I'm not here. Thank you, Scoresman, for the super chat. I really appreciate that very, very much. Okay. So, what's funny is someone just asked me the question. I don't know who it was. Was it Double M? Who was it? Hold on. Let me scroll up. No, it was Wade. Wade says, you used to do a lot of trash talking back when you played Street Fighter 4. Is that something that you used to do in arcades back in the day when you used to play Street Fighter? Because I loved it. Yes. No lie. Back in the day, to play Street Fighter in arcades was brutal. You had to have thick-ass skin. Because when you played, dude, people would just stand there shit-talking you the whole time. The whole time. Constantly fucking saying shit. And you're like, dude, I just want to play the game. Can you shut the fuck up? And sometimes they wouldn't. It's like, dude, you just got to put up with it. It's verbal abuse. But it was funny when they would talk so much shit and you would beat them every time. Because that happened. There was a couple of guys that were like big mouths. And then you would get better at the game. And you come back, you beat them every time. And like, hey, you got something else to say, bitch? Huh? And then they would shut up. There's actually people who stopped going. I'm serious. Like, there were people who thought they were hot shit. And then you would get better and beat them every time, and then they would just stop. They would never show up to the arcade ever again. That was it. Like, oh shit, I can't talk shit anymore. Willow, good night. I'll see you Friday. What's going on, Arkham? Good evening. Yes. Let's see here. Dark Golbox says, don't know how you had patience back in the day to record 10-minute individual segments for hours. That had to be a true pain. Indeed it was. Thank you to ODSTJ07, who just became a channel member. That means we actually got 2 memberships tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, ODST. Yeah, it was a major pain in the ass. The way I had to do it, so you see where my microphone is? So essentially my camera was kind of like here, like just slightly higher. And when I was playing the game, so the camera would be here, I'd be here, and I'd be playing the game, and the screen of the camera would be right here showing towards me, so I would see what I'm recording. And it would have the actual time of the video on it. So I would have to be playing and then looking and then playing and looking. And when it hit around 10 minutes, I had to stop the video. If I didn't, that video is too long, and YouTube would actually reject the video. And I would have to go into a video editor and split the goddamn video. Even if it was like 5 seconds too long, it wouldn't accept it. So yeah, it was a major pain in the ass. There was a lot of, it was not only time, but also I had to constantly be changing things like the gamma and the exposure setting so that the video would look decent. Because remember, I'm just recording a TV with a camera, and every time the lighting changes, the camera settings are all screwed up. So I was like, oh, I'd be playing, you hear that, yeah, it happened a lot. It did. So it was a very arduous task back then. But you also notice I was one of the most prolific YouTubers back then. I put out so much content and did all that hard work. I mean, it paid off. That's why I am where I am today. That's why I'm still to this day, 15 years later, able to make a living doing this, because I worked so hard back then. I knew working my ass off early when I was popular was going to pan out in the long run, and it did. So I'm glad that I did it. Let's see. Alex says, did physical fights ever happen as a result of trash talk at the arcade? Very rare. Very, very rarely. Only a couple times have I seen people fight each other in real life over fighting games. Arkham says, why do I crap on Final Fantasy 16 for everything? I don't. I crap on it for the bad pacing and the awful dialogue and the parts that are very boring in between the good parts. I have very much praised Final Fantasy 16 for its good parts. If you're only hearing I'm just constantly crapping on it and saying there's nothing positive, that's a lie. You're listening to the absolutely wrong people, and you should actually attend the streams rather than listening to hearsay from dumb fuck haters. No, I'm not playing Baldur's Gate. Too long of a game. Not a kind of game that people are going to enjoy. People have already said it plays similar to like Divinity Original Sin 2 or Pillars of Eternity. If I were just going to play Baldur's Gate 3 non-stop for 2-3 months, then I would say I would do it. But I'm not. There's so many games that are going to be coming out in September, October, November. I mean, Starfield is the one everyone wants to see me play. There's no way I can play Baldur's Gate. Not going to happen. Okay? What is my favorite thing about being a streamer? Like I said, being my own boss and being myself. I get to be myself on stream every day. I don't have to be a character. I don't have to act a certain way. I don't have to censor what I'm saying. I don't have to feel like I'm walking on eggshells around here. I could just be me and be honest about everything. It's cool. It's super refreshing. It's super fulfilling to just be able to be you and get paid for it. Pretty nice. No, PlayStation is not close to dying as a company because the Activision Blizzard merger is going through. That's absolutely ludicrous. All right, the Blimp, have a good night. Arkham, I do not crap on every podcast on Final Fantasy 16. I don't know where you're coming from. Like, literally, you're spouting a bunch of nonsense right now. You're being very negative. I don't understand why. Hornton says, do you think about the sloppy hamburger from time to time? What sloppy hamburger? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, does Jasper have a bedtime, or do you let him stay up all night? He sleeps with us. When we go to sleep, he goes to sleep, and he's smart. Like, he knows. We'll be getting ready to go upstairs, and he'll be like, I'm ready. And he'll eat. He'll use the bathroom. He's ready to go upstairs to the bedroom with us. And then we go up, and he follows with us. He goes up the stairs, goes right into the bedroom. He's ready to go to sleep with us. He's a very smart cat. He loves it. What is a video game series you want to get into but haven't? I don't think there is one. I'm sure there's game series I've missed that are good, but, you know, I don't think I can do every game series. I think there's times for that kind of stuff when there's like downtime and stuff. And you guys usually tell me, like, you guys have gotten me into so many franchises over the years I never even heard of. I didn't know what Persona was. I didn't know what Yakuza was. And you guys got me into these games. And I love them. So, but no, there's nothing in particular that I know of that I never got around to or anything like that. No. No, I never played a game called The Cave. Don't know what that is. I hope Starfield will be a great game, but it remains to be seen. I don't know anything about this Only Up game. People keep telling me it's a meme game or whatever, but it's on PC, so I don't play it. No, I'm never getting a face tattoo. Alex says, I think that Hortons is referring to a disgusting burger you got from Burger King. What are you talking about? I really have no clue what that's a reference to. You lost me there. Will I be playing another horror game soon? Oh, I think October there's multiple horror games. If I'm remembering correctly, there's Alan Wake 2. There's Alone in the Dark, and I almost believe there's a third one. I think there's 3 horror games all coming out in October. So I think that'll be when we're going to be doing it again. I don't think there's anything coming up. No. Any plans to play Paper Mario 64 with the retro stuff I'm doing? Well, I've never played Paper Mario 64 before. So really, that doesn't really fit the whole idea of a 15-year anniversary if the anniversary is me playing new games I've never played. I'm just saying, like, the whole point was, like, go back and play playthroughs from my past that maybe I haven't done in a very long time and I could do in a different way today. Like, GTA 5 will be completely different. Better graphics, interactive gameplay with a webcam, and, you know, totally different playthrough than what I was doing 10 years ago. If I were to replay the Mega Man games, yeah, when I played those, you know, years ago, that was like a summertime marathon with the camera and everything pointed at the TV. Again, would be completely different, right? That's what I mean. Like, those would actually be significantly different playthroughs, but I don't think I'm going to be doing any first-time retro playthroughs at this point. No. No, I did not play the OG Alone in the Dark. I'm aware of what it is, but I never played it. Wade says, if modern controls existed in old Street Fighter games, would arcade players verbally abuse players who use them? Yeah. Because they verbally abuse you for anything. Like, literally, they would yell at you for your gameplay. They would yell at you for how you looked. They would yell at you for how you acted. They would yell at you if you smelled. They would yell at you if you smelled good. They would yell at you if you had a big nose. They would yell at you if you had a single eyebrow hair that stuck out in a weird way. They would just fucking make fun of you and yell at you. That was the culture in arcades. It was like a locker room. It was like a all-boys club sports team. Everyone razzing each other and hazing each other and doing fucked up stuff. That's what it was like in arcades back in the day. So, yeah. The answer is yes. Yes, I will be doing the new Super Mario RPG version. Absolutely, I will be. Will I ever interview someone on DSP Reacts? Maybe one day. That was the idea. It was going to be DSP Asks It, and I was going to have an interview series where probably about once a month I was going to interview someone notable, whether it was in the gaming industry or someone else who I knew from over time. You know, I have some friends from back in the day who I could probably reach out to and have a nice interview or whatever. It would be kind of neat, I feel. From not only my years as a YouTuber, but I could reach back to other things that I've done in my life too. It would be pretty neat, right? But what happened was, you know, all that toxicity, negativity, and shit thrown at me earlier this year. And for as much as the interview did exactly what I wanted it to do, and I'm glad that it worked out that way, which you guys probably don't even realize that kind of went how I wanted it to go. The aftermath of it is not how I wanted it to go, but the interview is how I wanted it to go. But after that went down, there was so much toxicity and negativity aimed towards me on the internet. No one's going to want to do an interview with me now. They don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole. But as always, things will change over time. Things will cool down. People will realize that they're just fucking idiots. All of it's dumb. Doesn't mean anything. And eventually we'll get back to normalcy. And we're getting there. If you haven't noticed, there's been almost no drama whatsoever around my streams recently. Everything's been good. Street Fighter 6 has been going good. Everything's fine. We're going to get into the busy gaming season. Things are going to go good. And then when all that settles, then maybe long term I'll look to do an interview series. For now, I'm not going to waste time with it because, you know, there's no point. Right now, I'm not going to try to implement something new when we got the fall gaming season coming around the corner. You know, not really a purpose to look for it right now. Favorite candle scent? Mango chutney. I don't know. Just made that up. What time period would I consider the good old days? If you're talking gaming, the early 90s. Early 90s were the absolute crazy-ass renaissance of video games. After the video games had crashed in the 80s, they were completely rejuvenated in the early 90s. You had arcades bustling. You had home systems going crazy. It was amazing. It really was an amazing time to be alive because video games were becoming so cool and prominent. It was like this crazy cultural revolution going on. And what's funny is it wasn't even considered mainstream at the time, but it was still awesome. JD turning 27. Happy birthday to you, Jade. Again, have a good 27th tomorrow. Ooh. Arkham says, have you thought about making your video game playthroughs a little shorter? Maybe 25-minute parts, and not trying to be rude. I don't think people watch over an hour playthrough. See, there is no sweet spot for gameplay. I know this for a fact. When I made 10-minute videos, everyone said, oh, it's too short. When I made 30-minute videos, people still said it was too short. When I made hour-long videos, now people say it's too long, right? Like, I've done it all. I've done that. I've made 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour. Those are the different lengths that I made game playthroughs of over the years. And never has there been a consensus that that's how you should be doing it, you're doing it right. It's always been, oh, that's wrong, no, that's wrong, no, that's wrong. You know, never. So, you know, I'd be down for whatever. If people actually wanted shorter video parts, I would be down for that, but that's going to double the amount of videos I upload in a day. Now are people going to bitch, oh, it's too many videos uploaded. That's annoying. You're flooding my inbox, right? You know, my ad revenue tanked when I went from you know, shorter parts to longer parts. People absolutely demanded it. All those years they complained. And I told them, well, I'm telling you, what's going to happen is things are going to change around here. And they didn't listen. And I did it. And they did. So then I became crowdfunded on streams instead. You know, because I had to make up for it. No, I would never do a 24-hour long stream event. That should only be for people who have like a team of people working together who can tag in and out so you can take formal breaks. It's not healthy to be sitting sedentary for 24 hours. That's crazy to think that anyone should think that that's normal. It's not. You know, like for example, if it was me and a friend of mine and maybe we did some co-op and then I played for 5 hours, he played for 5 hours, and we alternated the day out, that would be good. Just one person doing it 24 hours is incredibly stupid. I'm sorry. Tell anyone you want that I said that. I think if you're doing a 24-hour stream, that's incredibly fucking stupid. There's no point to it. It doesn't serve any purpose. People are going to tune in later anyway, even if you split the stream or not. You know, and all you're doing is hurting yourself. There's no reason for that. I received a $5 tip from an anonymous tipper. I'm digging the new button-down shirts. They look good. Have a good day and a good, safe day off. Thank you. I'm glad that people are liking it. Again, I only did this because you guys asked me to. I did it as a random joke during my digital summer party over 2 weeks ago. You guys liked the silly Hawaiian style, you know, party shirt that I bought and said, hey, would you dress like that more often? So I did. I started washing my hair, puffing it up with, you know, conditioner. I started freaking wearing the shirts, and now you guys seem to like it. So I'll have another one for you Friday. This is the last one. The one I'm going to wear on Friday is the last shirt in the rotation. Then we kind of go back to seeing going back to the originals and everything again. So okay. What kind of stories do I have on Machinima? Oh, again, I can tell you all about how I got recruited by them. I can tell you about my early interactions with them. I can tell you about how hilarious it was to be part of that company when everyone was coming to me for help. Yes, guys as big as the Rad Brad and up-and-comers back in the day like Maximilian Dude, before he was well known as a YouTuber, came to me for help on all kinds of shit because we were all Machinima partners and they were all looking for help on shit, and I helped them out behind the scenes. You know, I can tell you about the negotiations on contracts and how silly it is. I can tell you about my trip to E3 and how that went with them because it was absolutely hilarious. The thing is, I couldn't tell you the full story of the E3 trip back then because I still worked for Machinima, and if I told you the real story, it'd be pretty embarrassing for them. So I didn't really tell you the full story. Now I'm going to tell you the full story of how it really went. Remember I told you they sent me out to E3 to cover a game? Yeah, I'm going to tell you the actual full story for once, which is going to be pretty good. You've never heard it before because I never fully elaborated because I didn't want to talk shit about a company that was paying me. But, man, that was a shit show. That was the biggest shit show possible going to E3 that year. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Okay? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the big debacle of when I had false copyright strikes and how they literally destroyed my channel with their advice on how to handle them. I'm also going to tell you about, the incident and how that affected stuff because they did things I never authorized them to do at all, which actually pissed me off that they did that because they never even asked me. And more. There's so much to talk about with my history with Machinima. Hours of stuff. And I'm gonna, like I said, what I'm going to do probably next week. Well, let me think. What date is it today? Yeah, see, we're not even a week. We still got over a week left. It's the 29th is the event. I'm going to actually dig into all my archived emails, and I'm going to find these discussions I had with them about this stuff to have, to fully refresh my memory and tell you these stories, you see? JJNS, yes. He says, that the trip where you and Rambo did videos from your hotel room? Yes. There's a reason we did that. It's really stupid. It's Machinima's fault. Yeah. Really dumb. That trip really upset me more than anything. As nice as it was to go to E3, to know that it should have gone way better, but it was Machinima's fault that it didn't. But again, I want to save this for the event. We're doing this in 10 days, okay? In 10 days, this will be part of the event. I'm going to spill the tea about how unprofessional Machinima was, okay? I don't know anything about a new Dragon Ball game. Darth Goldbox says, to me, binging a bunch of smaller parts versus watching a longer part is exactly the same. I think it's better to have it longer so you don't have interruptions in between. In reality, if you just hit play on the playlist, you're good. But a lot of people still don't do that. A lot of people just kind of like, they randomly click videos. And I think that was always the thing. The longer videos, let's say a playthrough is 20 videos instead of 100. It's easier to remember where you were. It's easier to remember what to click, everyone just used the playlist that I've literally set up since day one of uploading. Then you would never have a problem. But some people still don't use playlists to this day, 15 years later. Yes, Jasper does somewhat get high on catnip. I think all cats do. Yes. All right, puzzles, have a good night. Jade says, I look like Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park when I wear these shirts. Dennis Nedry? Which one did he have in that? It was like palm trees, right? It was. It was like palm trees. Yeah. He goes, Dodgson! We've got Dodgson here! I love that quote. I love that movie. Now I want to watch that movie. Such a good movie. Mark says, I started watching your content when you played Hitman Absolution, but later on I actually saw that you tried that at E3 earlier in the year in a YouTube video. Yep. 2012. That was about 1 year I went to E3. 2012. How the React stream's been? Pretty good. We actually got about 20 or 30 new members in the last couple of weeks, and that actually added a big variety, and the videos this last weekend were quite good. I felt like there was a good variety of new stuff because new people were now nominating videos, and I thought it was refreshing. So I think the last week was good. I think this week coming up will also be pretty good. Oh, I'm not thinking about Halloween costumes yet, Arkham. We're in freaking July, We got to get through July. We got to do the Machinima event. We got the big anniversary event coming up. And then we got the insane amount of new releases in September. Then I'll start thinking about Halloween. Yeah, Darth Goldbox says they should make a survival horror game going through Jurassic Park avoiding the dinos. And they never did. How crazy is that? They made a bunch of platformers, right? Platforming game shooters, that kind of stuff. They made a CD-based, exploration game where you learned about the dinosaurs. They never made a true survival horror Jurassic Park game. They did make one, I think it was called, what was it called? Survivor or something like that? It was a PC game, and it was shit. It was absolute shit. It was one of the earlier games from that guy who went on to make great games. I forgot his name. It was one of his earliest projects. It was a piece of dog shit. It ran like crap on every PC it ran on. So, I forgot what it was called. No, I'm not going to do Street Fighter marathon streams. I'm playing enough Street Fighter. I don't think we need to do a marathon. Gabriel says, was I always good at public speaking, or did I have to work on it when I first started streaming? When I first started streaming, I already had a background in it because I had an office job where I was leading teams doing continuous improvement work. So I was used to speaking in front of crowds. And also, I used to play competitive Street Fighter. So I had literally had played in front of hundreds to thousands of people on a grand stage before. So to me, speaking in front of people doesn't make me nervous. I will say this, though. Take a look at my older videos. Take a look at my videos from 10 years ago. Take a look at my videos from 5 years ago. And now look at me today. And, today, I definitely sound better. Like, I think, just my methodology of how I speak, my inflection in my voice, my train of thought, I'm much better at it today. I think I wasn't as good at it, but I've gotten better over the years of becoming a public speaker and relaying myself on a stream to an audience of hundreds of people. It just comes in time with experience, talking all day. Did Telltale make a Jurassic Park game for the PS3? Yes, one of their choose-their-own-adventure style games. They did. I never played that one. That one was right before I think I was doing the Telltale games for YouTube. The first one I did was Back to the Future, which I think was their next project after that. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up. Good Q&A tonight. We already went over 40 minutes, which I didn't even realize. I thought I was going to go like a half an hour. It's over 40 minutes. Thanks for a great streaming week. It was a great week overall. Hope you'll catch up on all my videos. This is a great little opportunity to just hang with you guys. I had a good time, all right? Fair enough? Thank you all. Thanks to those, of course, who did support the stream tonight. And until next time.